everyone, we are Group S from IR 4.0 and Research Methods, SEM 2 2019-2020. The research methodology is a type of process to collect data on that objective and title research. There are two types of research methodology, which is basic research and applied research. Online learning is a way of learning by using the internet to take place the face-to-face teaching. Coronavirus is an infection disease that's hard to cure, and it can spread rapidly person by person. Because of coronavirus, many schools stop all the activities and occur online learning for the students to continue their study. Based on this situation, we are having a research to examine the readiness of undergraduate for online learning during COVID-19 lockdown in Malaysia. This research is divided into 7 sections of questions in the questionnaire. The questionnaire has been distributed to respondents, which are undergraduate students, and 60% of them are not from University Malaysia Sabah. The data we collected will use SPSS statistics to analyze the data.
Assalamualaikum and good day to Dr. Isa. My name is Muhammad Zahilmi bin Muhammad Rosdi and I am from HE19. So now I would like to talk about our group report title, which is to examine the undergraduate readiness for online learning during COVID-19 lockdown in Malaysia. So now I would like to explain about our group report objective. The first is to examine the undergraduate readiness for online learning during COVID-19. And the second is to determine how quality service of online learning and the effect to undergraduate readiness. And the last is to investigate the relationship between the attitude and behavior of undergraduate readiness. There are 5 categories in analysis of qualitative and quantitative data, which is computer or internet self-efficacy, self-directed learning, learner control, motivation for learning, and online communication self-efficacy. Outcome of analysis has been scaled by 18 evaluation questions in terms of Google Form: strongly disagree, disagree, neutral, strongly agree, and agree. Evaluation include 107 respondents from private and government sector. So the overall mean above for computer or internet self-efficacy is 3.68. Self-directed learning is 3.49. Online learner control is 3.19. Online motivation for learning 3.82. And online communication for self-efficacy is 3.53. This finding identifies the undergraduate students give high participation in online learning tools during RMO, restriction movement order at residential house. However, the undergraduate student response is similar to improvement quality service of internet. So that's all from me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Nur Shafiqah binti Muhammad Allah from HE Elementary and my metric number is BG191101112. You know, some people are bad in gaining experience, but at a certain point, students are great in boosting an action. I'm going to present about the respondents' experience using the internet during Malaysian Movement Control Order, where I'm going to talk about the involvement, condition, place, devices, satisfaction rate, also the period of time they have been using the internet. As for the involvement, the survey shows that 86.9% of the respondents are involving in online learning, while 13.1% are not participating in it. Majority of the respondents are ready to involve in online learning, where 63.6% of the respondents are saying yes. Move to the place where online learning conduct. 56.1% of the respondents are in the residential house, where we can conclude that half of them managed to reach home before the MCO, while the rest are still staying in the university hostel. We can't deny that computer and student can't be separated, because the result shows that 63.6% of the respondents are using computer as their device for online learning. As for the satisfaction rate, I can tell you guys that mostly respondents are rated at level 7. Lastly, 57% of respondents have been using the internet for 8 years and above. Being a millennial generation doesn't mean they know how to handle technology at all time. So let's move on to the next section, where we're going to see how self-efficacy respondent using the computer and internet. There are 3 statements in this section. The first is asking whether they feel confident in performing the basic function of Microsoft Office, such as Word, Excel, and PowerPoint. Well, we can see that 43% of respondents agree with this statement, while there's only 19% who disagree with it. Next is asking whether they feel confident on their knowledge and skills on how to manage online learning software such as Schoology, Moodle, and so on. Here we can see that most of the respondents choose for being neutral, with the percentage 43.9%, followed by 31.8% who is agree with the statement. Lastly is to know they're confident using the internet to find or get information for online learning. There are 36.4% of respondents agree, while 33.6% are neutral. Why there are some respondents choose for being neutral when they can choose to agree or disagree? Obviously, this is because they realize that there are more things to discover in using computer internet in the future. That's all from me, so now let's move on to the next section.
My name is Bakriti. I'm going to show you about main analysis of self-directed learning, learner control in an online context, and motivation for learning context in online. According to our research, in self-directed learning part, we can sum up that majority of undergraduate students agree the statement seek assistance when facing learning problems and have higher expectation for their learning performance, which is shows a total of 47 respondents or 43.9% agree it. The highest mean in this part is I seek assistance when facing learning problems, that show 3.79. In other words, different respondents will affect the result of mean analysis. In online learner control part, half of undergraduate respondents respond neutral, which is short from the highest frequency from I can direct my own learning progress, which is 55 or 51.4%. Then I repeated the online instructional materials on the basis of my needs, which is 44 or 41.1%. And last, I am not distracted by other online activities when learning online, which is 34 or 31.8%. The highest mean is I repeated the online instruction materials on the basis of my needs. Among 107 undergraduate respondents, we can find that they possess a good attitude in motivation for online learning when facing difficulties. I improved from my mistakes shows that 47 of them partially agree. This is very well. The speed scala Likert of disagree is a big drop. The mean achieved is 3.94.
Hi, I'm Geeta Ganesan, BG18160490, and today I will explain further about self-efficacy of online communication when online learning during COVID-19 lockdown in Malaysia. Many respondents noted that although the sudden move to online instruction has occurred under bad circumstances, it has forced faculty and administrators to think quickly and innovatively about how to continue learning for students, specifically through online platforms. In an accompanying survey of higher education institutions, 107 respondents are undergraduate students who are from different public and government higher education institutions in Malaysia. Students' feedback was consolidated and communicated to all teaching staff. Common concerns include to examine the self-efficacy of online communication when learning online during COVID-19 lockdown in Malaysia. In studies among 107 undergraduate students, major findings indicated that most of them feel confident, especially in using online tools to communicate with others, in expressing myself through text, and in posing questions in online discussions. Results indicated that online learning during COVID-19 lockdown produced greater virtual and non-virtual communication self-efficacy. Results indicated that undergraduate students show great dependence on online communication self-efficacy in carrying out their online studies. They depend on online communication technology in carrying out their assignments, project works, discussion, and other assessments. This shows that if online communication self-efficacy increases, one's dependence, the readiness for online learning also will increase. Increased in online communication self-efficacy will enable one to venture into and explore new technologies. By so doing, some technical skills and competences for online learning readiness will develop, since students who are not technically prepared do not do well in online learning programs. This implies that for effective online learning program to be mounted effort should be made to improve online communication self-efficacy.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Natasha Sharina from HE23 and I will be presenting the conclusion for our group assignment. We have been distributed a questionnaire using Google Form through WhatsApp, and our main target respondent is undergraduate students, which is 60% of it from non-University Malaysia Sabah student and other 40% is from University Malaysia Sabah students itself. There are 7 sections with 29 questions that been asked in the questionnaire. In section A, we found that most of the respondents were involved in online learning during movement control order and residential house as their place to take online learning. Also, device that been used by the respondent is computer, and they choose level 7 satisfaction for the quality in online learning. In section B, mostly the respondent have choose the positive answer in the Likert scale, which is from neutral to agree, and this can shows that most of the respondent had their self-efficacy in the using of computer or internet. Same goes to section C, which is most of the respondents have choose positive answer, which is from neutral to agree. So in this section, it shows that respondents had their own self-directed learning very well. Meanwhile, in section D, most of the respondents choose middle answer, which is neutral in those questions that been asked in this section. So partially or some of the respondents had their learner control in online context. In section E, the answer chosen by the respondent become positive again, which is from neutral to agree. It seems that most of the respondents had motivation for learning during the MCO. In section F, it shows that the respondent had choose the neutral answer. So we can conclude that a few of the respondents had middle level in online communication self-efficacy during the MCO. For the last section, which is section G, we analyze that the highest number of the respondent is female, which is from 21 years old until 30 years old. Also, most of the respondent is from first-year student and studies in art and social science. University Malaysia Sabah and University Malaysia Terengganu students were the most respondent that been answered this questionnaire. At the end of the research, we can conclude that all the respondents, or more specifically, undergraduate students, had their own readiness in online learning during COVID-19 lockdown in Malaysia. That's all from our group. Thank you.